Hello and welcome. You're watching FYI. I'm Sonal Mehrotra Kapoor. Now, we all remember this very famous phrase of Joe Biden when he was trying to encourage United States citizens to go and get themselves vaccinated. He said, get vaccinated, get a beer. We recently heard the Finance Minister, Nirmala Sitharaman, saying there will be free visas, inviting the world to come and visit India in order to boost travel and tourism here. But that's not the only bit. There are so many offers, discounts, incentives really out there in the country, which people are hoping, industry is hoping, that will act as two benefits. One, to try and encourage people to get themselves vaccinated and also be a bit of a boost to the economy as well. So get jabbed, get discounts, the vaccine incentive route to boost economy. That is going to be our focus on FYI today, and we've got in our explainer a full list for you. So before I get into that, get your pen and paper and ensure that you're noting down this one. Alright, let's start with first, what are the various incentives being talked about across the world? Israel, remember, we'll begin with that. A country which boasts of its vaccination program. They actually started by making a green pass for those who have developed immunity or are fully vaccinated at this point. In fact, they allowed citizens to step out only if they were fully vaccinated. This applied to gyms, hotels, restaurants as well. And also if you were fully vaccinated, you got a free beer. To United States, well, in New York, a vaccine scratch program was floated where the lottery tickets were sold, generally which is sold about $20, were given out for free. And these had a maximum prize of about $5 million if you really got lucky, and a minimum price of $20 as well. In Ohio, a similar Vaccine a Million program where those between the age group of 12 to 17 could enter the contest, and 1 in 5 chances they had of winning a 4-year full ride scholarship to any Ohio State college or university. Imagine that. You just don't get immunity by getting vaccinated, you get a full-time scholarship. In Washington State, the much talked about free marijuana joint been given out to people over there. In Moscow, in Russia, really cool stuff where special draw for those who get their first jab till the July 11th for them, and 5 cars worth 1 million rubles were being given away every week. Imagine if you got lucky in that jab. So this is what the world really has been doing, but here back home there are lots of discounts as well, from free chai to free beer, free fries to even free travel. This is a list that you need to watch out for. Let's get started with what's happening in the travel front. Well, Indigo is offering about 10% discount for those vaccinated with at least 1 jab. Make My Trip is giving room upgrades, complimentary meals and drinks. Hotel credit as well, about 1,000 rupees per room. Ease My Trip also offering discounts. SpiceJet, free flight vouchers equivalent to a base fare amounting to about 1,000 rupees as well, applicable for bookings with travel period starting 1st August to 31st of March. Radisson Hotel in Hyderabad is giving vaccination package priced at 3,000 rupees. This package includes comfortable stay, healthy breakfast, dinner, Wi-Fi as well. Rapido is giving out free rides to the nearest vaccination center. Plans to offer a one-time discount for up to 30 at times. So there are amounts that go from 30 to 300 really. Uber, for example, is giving out free rides to your vaccination center. Vogo is giving a Go Safe voucher as well. Ambience Mall in Gurugram is giving free parking and discounted rates for shopping as well on different brands that they've offered. Several malls across the country really doing the same. Bharat Pay is giving you an instant cashback. UCO Bank, and this is where it gets really interesting. Who would have thought that you would get a higher interest rate on your fixed deposits if you go and get yourself vaccinated? That's right. That's what UCO Bank has done. In fact, they're running a special offer for a few days until September this year. Central Bank of India has got an Immune India deposit scheme. Additional interest rate of 25 basis points is what they're offering. Reliance Health Infinity policy, also one-time 5% discount on the Reliance Health Infinity policy if you are vaccinated. And then everybody knows about food and beverages. Well, McDonald's 20% discount on coupons, special deals on mobile apps for people. Beer cafes giving out 10% discount on first jab, 20% on the second. Chayos is giving you a tea on the house for those who have taken that first jab. Color Bar is giving out vouchers worth 500. Boat is giving you 25% discount on their products. Grofers is giving you free 1 month membership if you are vaccinated. Godrej Appliance is almost also giving you a 6-month warranty to customers who have taken at least one jab. And Dish TV, well, free 1 day worth of entertainment to customers as well. So lots of freebies being given out there to encourage people to get themselves vaccinated. So everybody is really happy. Also what it helps do is boost in economy, boosts in those steps in malls and other places as well. So having understood that, let's try and see, is this really a successful marketing strategy? And importantly, when you invite people and you give them incentives to come and visit you, are the safety measures in place? That is going to be the focus of our discussion. Joining us on the program, some very interesting people we've got. We've got Sunil Sudesh with us. He's the Group Chief Marketing Officer for Make My Trip. We've got Ankur Jain, Chief Product Officer for Bharat Pay. We've got Atul Ghosh with us, the Head of Rider Operations for Uber India. We've got Saurabh Tanwar from Chayos with us, Senior Vice President over there. Yogeshwar Sharma, the CEO of Select City Walk as well. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us on this very interesting conversation. I just first at the onset have a business question for you all, and I'd like Sunil to actually take that. Sunil, how many of these offers actually translate into business and an uptick, and the response that you've got so far?
There are lots of offers that we keep doing all the time. I think travel is full of offers. But hand on heart, I must say that as far as the vaccine offer is concerned, we'll be doing it not for any business reasons. I mean, we're doing it because we believe that it's the right thing to do for the country, for everyone to get vaccinated, and we want to do our bit to sort of support that movement. So in fact, we just released a film where we had a bunch of kids talking about why it's so important to get vaccinated. And this is just our sort of support to this initiative, right? Our way of saying thanks to people when they do their best. So, you know, there's absolutely no evaluation on business that has gone into this whole offer.
Okay, good to hear that. Ankur, your thoughts on this? I mean, I believe what Sunil is saying actually resonates with a lot of people, but there is a business angle to this as well. Like I said right in the opening, the finance minister, India is now offering free visas for the world to come and visit us. But, you know, it all sort of circles back to us handling the pandemic, and that really is the central point here, because until that is managed, there will be no further opening up. We will have no visitors.
Absolutely. See, Bharat Pay is a merchant-first company, and we have over 6 million merchants on our platform. And these shopkeepers ensured that everybody got groceries or your food during the lockdown. So our goal is to help them in growing their business, right? For us, it's not a marketing thing. It makes sense. We are helping our business partners to open up and increase their business. So Bharat Pay started a very small program which became a super hit. Over 500,000 merchants have used our program, where they have to just upload their vaccination certificate and we give them 300 rupees as cashback.
Nice.
And then they can use it anywhere. And the kind of feedback that we have received from our merchant partners is amazing in the last 45 days.
Right. Nothing like a free 300 rupees in this pandemic. I'm sure that's also resonating with a lot of people. And while we have some people say, oh, well, this is just going to encourage more people to go out. And that brings me to a place which actually needs footfall in person. I mean, we've spoken with two people who are running these online campaigns. But joining us is also Yogeshwar Sharma, the CEO of Select City Walk. Mr. Sharma, firstly, congratulations. There has been a very nice sort of drive-through vaccination drive carried out at the mall, which we've seen personally with our reporters being there, really help out people, not wait out in the heat and not be clustered, just be in the own bubble of your car and get vaccinated. So congratulations on that. Your competitor youngsters, on the other hand, Ambience Mall in Gurugram is now giving out free vaccines and free parking, beg your pardon, to people over there. But again, the key concern sort of circles back to how you're going to ensure that people, when they do come in to tap in on these offers, are actually safe. Because frankly, the pictures we've seen of the malls, long queues outside and inside, are a bit worrying.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Definitely, we have to be very, very careful when we invite people to a shopping center. All protocols have to be in place, and we have to ensure. And to ensure that, we have put additional marshals, that people are aware that they have to wear masks all the time. They have all the surfaces in the public domain are already protected with the antivirus films. And we are doing every bit possible. And we all know that the vaccination is the only solution going forward. And when people come to the shopping center, and if they are vaccinated, then our retail partners are coming forward and giving offers so that people have a reason to come. And there's one very important point to notice, is that shopping centers are not only for shopping. You know, these are places to create memories, to celebrate your birthdays, anniversaries, occasions, and especially changing your mood, because we all have been within our houses for a very, very long time, and now slowly the restrictions are easing out, and people really want to come out. And we are trying our best possible, keeping in mind all the protocols, to welcome guests to the malls.
Right. But Mr. Sharma, are you a little worried with the new variants out as well, said to be escaping the immunity of the jabs, that if that were to spread at a larger number of population at this point, which seems to be the case, that is going to be a major worry? Vaccinations won't work then?
Yes, we are really cognizant of this fact that at some parts of India or abroad, I mean, there is one variant which has been talked about. And this time, like Delhi government, central government, everybody is more aware of these facts, and they are better prepared to handle the situations. Though it is really very early to say when it will reach here, or when, But then closing down all the economic activities is also not the solution, because there's so much of economic activities happening, jobs at stake. So we have to be very carefully tread this path as we go along, and we have to be very, very alert. I mean, that's the only word comes to my mind.
All right, good to hear all the right things from you. We really hope it stays that way as well. Let me bring in Ratul Ghosh at this point. Ratul, this is a classic conversation that we've had through the course of the pandemic, lockdown and safety versus economy and jobs, right? And this is perhaps a story which brings the two together. That's why it is so fascinating. You're actually helping both by giving out an incentive like this, and Uber has done an incredible job to give people free rides in this time as well. Do you have some stories perhaps of your drivers that you can share with us? Tell us what the feedback they get from people.
Yeah, firstly, thank you for having me here. I must tell you that the last year has been really, really terrible and tough for most of us, and all of us have been affected in some way or the other. We have tried to do our bit here, because Uber always acts as a very close partner to the communities it serves. For us, business will only happen when communities are healthy and when people are traveling. For us, it's very important to create services like the transport of healthcare workers, the support for driver vaccination, which you may have heard about. And the last thing that we're talking about today is actually our free drive to vaccination center program that we've launched. We believe communities will be safer only when all of us are vaccinated, and we want to make sure that access is not a reason for people to delay or decline vaccination. So we announced our support. It's rupees 10 crores that we've announced across 34 Indian cities, across all our products, where you can actually apply a promo in your phones, in the Uber app, and that entitles you to 100% discount up to a maximum of 150 rupees for 2 trips to and fro the vaccination center. We have also committed about 18.5 crores for our drivers, so they actually are entitled for rupees 400 for every time they get a shot and upload that same thing in our app.
Oh, so you're saying you've got an incentive both for drivers and your customers, for both. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think that's where we are as a community of drivers and riders. And also must mention that all these free trips that we are sponsoring will also help create earning opportunities for our drivers.
Sure.
So in some ways, it's something that benefits both sides.
Good work there. Let me also bring in Saurabh now. Saurabh has been on FYI earlier, and that time we were discussing, I believe, on work from home, and he was the first one to say, well, I am already in my office, and because I feel safer here, because I am in control of how things go. But Saurabh, I have a business question for you. While this is great for a sentiment being set out, it is great for a positioning of a business. Does it really translate into numbers?
Thanks, Sonal, for having me here, first of all. As I think I will echo with my friend Sunil here, this particular initiative for vaccination is not for numbers, It is, Chayos is a strong brand which connects well with a lot of people in, I think all age groups in urban India. And whatever we do, it is emulated by other brands also. And, if a free cup of chai, if we are able to get even 10% of our customers vaccinated by that, I think we have done a bit. And not just this, last lockdown also, we were the first one to, innovation has always been, first to Chayos. Last lockdown also, we were the first one to, start printing temperatures of all our employees on our bills who was, involved in, preparing an order.
Right.
And it was soon emulated by a lot of other brands also, right? So, I hope that, everyone in our industry start giving these discounts to people, because vaccination is the only way out.
Right.
Even with new variants coming in, I agree there that that's we have to tread carefully there. But with vaccination, we are better prepared even for, new variants coming in. So
for the future as well. But if, as a customer, if I can give you some feedback at this point, for a customer, the most satisfying thing to see is that your rider actually, who's coming in to deliver your product, actually is vaccinated. So I think that feature really sends out a very strong message. So it's not just the temperature, and it's not just whether they've been RT-PCR tested or not, but the fact that they've been vaccinated really puts in a lot of confidence in people like us who are ordering in as well. On that note, I'm going to slip into a break. On the other side, we'll continue with this discussion on this very exciting get jabbed, get discounts. Welcome back. Let me take the next question to Sunil Suresh. Now, Sunil, having discussed discounts, I just want to understand a little bit about the travel and tourism industry as a whole. We've just heard lots of help coming in, and those 8 booster shots coming in by the finance minister as well. At this point, what else do you think is really required for a pickup in the industry?
See, I think, overall, from a industry perspective, what we need is to, put this pandemic behind us. I mean, that, at the end of the day is the need of the hour. And, since we're talking vaccination, I think vaccination is perhaps the single most important thing that we can do right now, because, once everyone's sort of feeling safe and, this whole disease is under control, I think people will start traveling again. There is huge pent-up demand. We saw that after the first wave. And right up to when the second wave actually hit us, we actually saw people getting out and traveling, and people are sick of being locked up.
Domestically, at least for now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So even now, I think, our focus really is on making sure that people have safe options when they want to travel, whether that is, making sure that all the places they go to follow the utmost safety precautions. So, those are all things that we continue to sort of support. And of course, the vaccination program. I mean, for us, I think if we can get that going really, really fast, there's nothing better than that to get business back to normal.
Sure. I want to go over to Yogeshwar Sharma now. Yogeshwar, I actually wanted to understand from you some of the measures that malls can actually take to ensure crowding doesn't take place. Because we understand that from your end, you have control over your people who are working there, but people who are coming in, it gets a little difficult. Are there some measures that you can take to ensure that, some staggered entry maybe, to ensure that at any given time only a particular amount of people are inside the mall, something on those lines? Because quite frankly, even as I speak with you, lots of feedback that we actually get is that going inside a mall at this point is a frightening feeling.
You're absolutely right that we have to be extra careful, because there are people who are gathering around and the restaurants are like overpacked. So we have to balance it out in a way that the business happens, but in a way that it does not become a reason for any spread, and we'll be the last one to do that. We have taken many measures, like UV lights in the air conditioning ducts is getting in place. By next couple of weeks it will be in place, so that will ensure that the virus does not spread at all. Air conditioning is safe in that regard. Air changes, I mean, the air conditioning, like it requires 6 to 8 times of air changes, but we increase it to 10 to 12 times, just on the safer side, following all guidelines of engineering issued by CPWD. Then this is at the back of the house. Now, front of the house, we have to be very alert to ensure that a specific number of people do not exceed a particular space or particular zone of the mall.
How are you managing that?
So that we all our footfalls are counted at the entrance, so we exactly know how many people are coming into the center, and we are like, and when I say including myself, we are on the ground to see visually that there is because there's no other way of checking it. So you have to be physically available to ensure. We do feel challenges many times, especially on the weekends, when the restaurants are packed and people are waiting outside, and the corridors are not that large enough to accommodate everybody. And then we have to request them to either get it food packed and take away, or keep the distancing among themselves. Coming back to the vaccination point, I mean, that's the only way, and it's unbelievable to see what kind of offers are flowing into the center from our retail partners. I mean, just to give you a couple of examples, it's a long list. I'll just give you a couple of examples, like Punjab Grill offering 10% discount on first vaccination dose.
We
and
talked
second
about that
dose.
in the explainer. Yeah.
So I mean, I just want to give assurance to all the visitors that we are taking every possible precaution to ensure that the visit to the city walk or any other shopping center, I mean, as an industry also, we get together and we also speak to each other what kinds of measures we are all taking, and every shopping center, I can say on their behalf, they are taking their best possible.
All right, gentlemen, we'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you so much for joining us with your perspective. We are bringing out all these details to our viewers with a major caution over here that yes, there are discounts, yes, and there are lots of incentives to be going out, but please ensure that you get yourself vaccinated before you do that, and after that also essentials only. That seems to be the key forward. Thanks so much for joining us on FYI today. Bye-bye.